Welcome to the classes of Sir Michael's Academy, and this is the class for class 12 for the subject costing and taxation. We were doing the first chapter, cost of materials, and this is the 11th class in total and the second class for simple average method of valuation of materials. In the last class we had given an introduction to simple average method, and in today's class we'll be solving an illustration which is a bit complicated than the previous one, which was a very simple one. So let's start the class without any delay. A simple sums has been given to me which records the opening balance, the receipts and the issues, and also two shortages which take place on date 16th December and a shortage which takes place on 26th December. So these shortages are to be recorded appropriately at appropriate rates, and these will be recorded as abnormal loss. So let's start the sums. There's no issue in it. I mean, there are issues, I mean, no problem in it. Okay, so December 1. What happens on December 1? The opening stock is given at 100 units at 5 rupees, and the rate is the amount is 500. Now on the next day, that is on December 5, what happens, a receipt is made of 50 units at 5.2, which is equal to 260. Now the total number of units is 150. We won't write anything under the rate column, the amount column will be 760. On the next day, that is December 8, what happens, an issue is made of 120 units. Now please be careful that we have two lots of goods over here. This is the first lot and this is the second lot. So when we are issuing 120 units, we are issuing 100 units from the first lot and 20 units from the second lot. However, the pricing will be done on an average basis, that is 5 plus 5.2 divided by 2 is equal to 5.10. Please write this down in your copy. Below the table, make a working column and write down the date, the December 8 or issue of December 8, the is equal to 5 plus 5.2 divided by 2 is equal to 5.1 shall be the rate. Okay, 612. Now keep in mind that this lot is totally sold out and exhausted, so the only lot we have left is this one. So we have 30 units left over here at 148. Now on December 10, what happens, an issue is made on December 10 of 10 kgs. So 10 kgs. Now please be careful, when the issue is made on 10 kgs, very important step, and please be careful over here. On in the previous issue we issued at the rate 5.10 because we had two lots. Now we have only one lot left, the rate of which is 5.2. so this 10 units or 10 kgs has been issued from this unit only. So why will we take the average of these two units type? Why will we take the average of these two types of units? We'll take the rate of only this unit. 5.2 is equal to 52, and then the we have 20 units left at 96. Now on the next date, on December 15, what happens, a receipt is made of how many units, of 80 units. At what rate? At 5.440, 432. Now we have 100 units at 528. We just added up the amounts. Now on December 16, what happens, a shortage was noticed of how many units, of 10 units. So we'll treat this as abnormal loss. Now the rate, now comes the part of the rate of the shortage. Now let's see what is the stock that we have left on the date of shortage, right? We have 100 units left, right? 80 units from this stock, from this lot, and 20 units from this lot. Simple, right? 5.2 and 5.40, 5.20 to be precise, and 5.40. We have these two lots left. So the abnormal loss, the rate of the abnormal loss shall be 5.20 plus 5.40 divided by 2, means 5.30. Again go to the working column and write down, for shortage on December 16 is equal to 5.20 plus 5.40 divided by 2 is equal to 5.30. If we did not have this stock, if we did not have this lot, and then the only lot left would be this one, and then the rate of shortage would be 5.40. So this method is a very logical method. If you see, now the units left is 90 and the rate is just 528 minus 53 is equal to 475. On the next day, December 18, what happens, an issue is made, and the issue is for 50 units, and again the rate will be 5.30. You will do the same working at, and the amount is 265. Now how 5.30? Because we had 90 units left, right? Basically 10 units from this stock, right? 10 units from this stock, and then the other 50 units from this stock. So again we have two types of lots, so we'll take the simple average rate. Okay, so we have 40 units left over here and the amount is 210. On the next date, December 20, what happens, and a receipt is made at of 100 units and the rate is 5.60, so 560, and the balance is 140 units at amount of 770. Right? Now on December 25th is the next date. On December 25th, what happens, an issue is made. On December 25th, an issue is made of how many units? Of 40 units. Now this is probably the most trickiest part of the sums. Okay, so to make things easier for you, what I have done over here is I have separated the lots. See over here, I had 100 units in the start, I purchased 50, so we have 150. I issued 120, so this 100 is gone and 30 is left from 50 units, correct? Then we issued 10, only 20 units left. Then we purchased 80 units, so 20 units of this stock and 80 units of this stock is left. So now I know that 20 units is from this stock and 80 units is from this stock. This is making our work simple. Just listen to me carefully, just be with me over here and you'll understand it. Now what happens, 20 units is from this stock and 80 units is obviously from this stock purchased just on December 15. Now on the next day a shortage occurs and this shortage is deducted from obviously this one, so we have 10 units of this stock left and 80 units of this stock left completely intact. Now on the next day, December 18, what happens, an issue is made, so 10 units is issued from this lot and 40, the rest 40 units is issued from this lot. So we have only 40 units left of this stock. Is it clear? Only 40 units left of this stock. Okay, on the next day, December 20, a receipt was made 100 units, so 40 units of this stock and 100 units of this stock. Now when I am issuing goods on December 25, I'll be obviously issuing from this stock, but I'll take the average of two prices. Which two prices? The price of this stock and the price of this stock. The price of this stock is 5.40 and the price of the rate of this stock is 5.60. So 5.40 plus 5.60 is equal to 5.50, or divided by 2 is equal to 5.50. The total is 220. Now what happens, I only have 100 units left of rate 5.60. See how easier things have become. I hope so things have become easier for you, and if there's any doubt at all, then please email me at my email ID and I'll do another sums on simple average method. Otherwise, I'll be proceeding to the last method of this chapter, which is weighted average method. Anyways, on December 26th, a shortage takes place of again 10 units. Now we have only this lot left, correct? This lot is totally exhausted. This lot of 5.40 is totally sold out. Now we have only this stock left. So will we take the average? No, we'll just take 5.60. So 56. Now we have 90 units left, and the rate will be amount will be 494. Now on the last date, what happens on December 28th? Again an issue takes place of 60 kg, obviously issued from this lot at 5.60. 336 will be the amount. So we have 30 units left from this stock, amounted 158. So my closing stock is 158, correct? And 30 units is left. So that will be all for today. If you have any queries, please feel free to email it over here. And for your homework, please do this sums only. Please do this sums on your own. This is quite a complicated sum, and this needs to be done at least twice, one before your dinner and one after dinner, just like a medicine. So that's all for today. We'll keep it till here, and then in the next class we'll be starting weighted average method.